Hey folks, this is Jeremy from Hamm-tone Guitars. I just have a little video here showing you most of the process that I use for staining a little bit of a blue edge-bursted ocean wave finish. Starting off with the black right onto the wood there, trying to intensify the figure in the curly maple. If you watch throughout this video, you'll see the gradual transition from a brown wood-looking kind of electric musical instrument body to something that looks pretty rock and roll, pretty tropical. So keep on watching, and you'll see some things happen. So I'm not really too big into electric sanding machines, but sometimes with a task like this, after lots and lots of hand sanding, I just give up and I pull out the electric powered machine, and it really helps reduce carpal tunnel syndrome. I'm pretty thankful for that. But most often in the past, I've always just used hand sanding, and it's a good way of building arm stamina, endurance, and keeping yourself alive. So keep on watching and you'll see things as they gradually evolve. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out the website at luthier.school or hammtone.com or jeremyham.com, or all kinds of website domain names. I think I even have badguynumber1.com. Anyway, check out this video and enjoy. And this is about the time when Nick came into the shop and we had a father-son conversation. I kind of forgot that I was recording, and as a result, I'm just doing a little bit of voiceover. You can see me adding a blue on top of the blue, and what I do is I intensify. The blue that I'm using is Color Effects dyes from Wood Essence in Saskatoon. It's waterborne. I use methyl hydrate to cut it, or dissolve it into methyl hydrate. It works really well because it evaporates really quickly and it's water-based. It's safe. I'm wearing a glove so I don't get the methyl hydrate onto my fingertips, into my bloodstream, and also so I don't get blue dye stuck onto my fingertips, because the morning that I recorded this, it was Valentine's Day, and I didn't want to go to a fancy restaurant with blue fingers. Done that before. And so I keep on adding the blue, building it up, and in a little while, after I get the right blue, I'm going to take a tiny bit of a dark blue-black, and I'm going to put it around the perimeter. Now, the top of this electric octave mandolin is bound with Ivoroid plastic binding. So after the whole thing is stained, what I'm going to do is seal it with clear, and then I'm going to add aniline dye to the sanding sealer, which is also water-based. I'll spray that, And once the perimeter is bursted a little bit, like an edge burst, similar to what Taylor Guitars does on some of their guitars, what I'll do is I'll just clear coat it. And at the end of this video, you're going to see some photos of it with a few coats of clear. But the whole reason for this video is so you can see a simple way of getting an attractive burst. You can do it with pretty much any color, just varying intensities of the same color. So you can see I'm bringing that dark blue further in, and then after I bring it in, I'll just use methyl hydrate to wipe it back out. You'll also see me realize that I went a little too far, and I pull out the electric sander, and with 320 grit I quickly remove some of the intensity from the middle so I can add a lighter shade of blue back to the middle to make it look more like the ocean. And that's the idea. I'm trying to make it look like the ocean. Not too tropical, but, you know, pretty ocean-like. Maybe not like the Caribbean Sea, but maybe like the Atlantic. So give that a little bit of an assessment, and maybe it's time to pull out the electric sander and take it back a little bit. Yeah, electric sander, definitely the way to go. Looks good. I like the dimensional qualities of that figure. Sure looks pretty cool. Looks like an ocean, but a little too dark. Let's use some electricity now, shall we? So now I have that middle section taken down, still having the darker edges. And if I just use a little bit of the lighter blue and move it around the middle there, I think it'll end up being a real nice ocean-looking blue hue overall. Let's see what happens here. Let it dry for a little while. Give it a little reassessment. You know, I gotta say, I think it looks pretty good. I'm just using a little bit of methyl hydrate with no color just to move things around. And I'm gonna pick it up and look around, see what it looks like from different angles. Ooh, such a nice depth. I think it passes quality control. Time to tape off the sides so when I spray the clear coat, I don't get it onto the sides because I haven't finished prep sanding the sides yet for finish. Wanted to make sure I get the top ready first. So I'm carefully covering the sides of the binding. I'll be able to easily scrape the top of the binding. That shouldn't be a problem. I'll just carefully get that side taped up, go all the way around. And once I have it taped up, I'll mount it onto a mounting stick and take it into the spray room, which is gonna turn out pretty nice. So as you can see, I'm just using a spool clamp to hold that finishing stick on to the body in the neck pocket. Neck pocket's taped off. I like to have a little bit of a wood-to-wood contact. Now, this is after spraying 2 or 3 coats of clear sanding sealer and then spraying the edge burst with the waterborne bright tone sanding sealer with the Color Effects blue dye. So I scrape that binding nice and clean, and then I'm going to use Wood Essence, Anthem, Instrument Finish, and Spray Clear on top of this. And here is what it looks like with the sanding sealer on. Also, if you took note, there's the Cocobolo head plate. It's got a matching fingerboard, and I'm going to make a matching pickguard for this thing. It's going to be an 8-string octave mandolin, 22-inch scale, and it's going to be pretty cool. Look forward to getting it finished up.